I'm so excited! Hey guys, what's going on? I hope you all had a happy new year. Mine was interesting to say the least. But now that it's the new year, we have a lot of new movies coming out. So this is my top 10 most anticipated films of 2017. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my top 10 best and worst movies of 2016. But anyway, to start off the list, let's get right into it. My number 10 is Justice League. Now, there is no denying that DC is struggling to get their cinematic universe in order. All their films prior has gotten mixed reviews, but I gotta maintain hope. It is a little hard to do that with Zack Snyder directing it because he's the biggest problem with the universe, I think. But if you're promising me a movie with Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg, you gotta be excited. My number 9 is Power Rangers. Go, go, Power Rangers! Now, I grew up with Power Rangers, I had the toys and whatnot, but I never grew up loving the Power Rangers. I never really was a fan of them because I thought the TV show and the movies were just so beyond cheesy. But when they announced a movie and they said they wanted to go for a darker, kind of grittier tone, I thought that was a really good idea because I think there's a good movie in there somewhere. And so far, from what I've seen from the pictures and the trailer, I love what I'm seeing. It seems to be maintaining that bright, fun vibe that Power Rangers offers, but with a cooler, darker, grittier tone. Some of the images remind me of Transformers if Transformers was good. Elizabeth Banks is also playing Rita Repulsa in the movie. She's a great actress and Bryan Cranston's in the movie, so hopefully my excitement isn't misplaced. Alright, my number 8 is Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tells No Tales. Now this is a series I grew up with and I loved as a kid. I thought the first one was amazing, I really enjoyed the second one. Third one was alright, fourth one was kind of bad. But you know what, I'm a sucker for these movies. These are my Transformers, where I know I'm not going to get the best, but I know I'm at least going to get some form of entertainment with it. These are pure adventure films, and Orlando Bloom is returning as Will Turner, so I'm definitely excited to see what they give us. There's really not that much else to say about this movie than the fact that it's another Pirates movie. This is like Johnny Depp's only good role that he has currently. No matter what Johnny Depp does, you know he's going to be good as Captain Jack Sparrow. So moving on, my number 7 is Wonder Woman. This is the true DC film I can't wait to see because I thought Wonder Woman was phenomenal in Batman vs. Superman, and the trailer looked awesome as well. I said it reminded me of Captain America the First Avenger, which is a huge compliment because I love Captain America the First Avenger. And I think it's about time that we get a good female-led comic book film. From what I've seen so far, I like what Gal Gadot's doing with the Wonder Woman role. My number 6 is a sequel to one of my favorite movies of 2015, and that's Kingsman: The Golden Circle. I absolutely loved the first Kingsman movie. It was a huge surprise. It was directed by Matthew Vaughn, and Matthew Vaughn is one of my favorite directors of all time. I love Matthew Vaughn's style and all of his action. It's very stylized, and I hope they bring that back with Kingsman: The Golden Circle. One of my favorite aspects of the first Kingsman film was Colin Firth, and they're teasing his return, so I can't wait. Matthew Vaughn does have a record of not returning to do his sequels, and then the movies end up failing, so I can't wait to see what he does with the sequel of Kingsman. This movie is also supposed to introduce some American spies, so that might add a new interesting dynamic to the film. Alright, my number 5 is War of the Planet of the Apes. War has begun. If they pull this movie off, then they're going to have a legit perfect trilogy. I absolutely loved the first movie. It blew my mind. James Franco was incredible. John Lithgow was great. But my favorite aspect about these movies so far is Caesar. Andy Serkis' Caesar is phenomenal. And Dawn of the Planet of the Apes just continues that great arc for Caesar. And it said that he's going to reach mythological levels like Moses level in War of the Planet of the Apes. And I have been waiting to see the war for the planets of the apes since the first movie. Because we all know what happens. We know the apes win and I want to see that go down. My number 4 is Star Wars Episode 8. I'm one of the people that absolutely love The Force Awakens. Kylo Ren is one of my favorite villains of all time now. I love him. I love Rey, Finn, Poe, everyone. So I can't wait to see what they have for us in this new trilogy. This movie also marks Carrie Fisher's last portrayal as Princess Leia, which is tragic. That's awful. I don't even want to get into that. But still, I'm definitely extremely excited to see this film. They're bringing in a new director. J.J. Abrams isn't returning. But this is going to be their chance to bring in something a little bit more original because even though I love The Force Awakens, you do see that it was kind of playing off of A New Hope and they were ripping stuff off. Even though I'm one of the people that say I don't think it was full on ripping off A New Hope, I think it was more of just like honoring the film. But now that we're past that and Star Wars is back, we can get a full original film with Kylo Ren and Rey, Poe, Finn, and all the characters that were introduced to us. We're going to finally see Luke Skywalker return to the series. It's going to be great. I can't wait. My number 3 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. The first movie was so great, how could they top that? But I think there is a chance that they can top that. I love what I'm seeing from this movie so far. I love what the cast is saying about the movie. Chris Pratt said that this movie is going to be way bigger in scale. It's going to be one of the biggest spectacle movies of all time, and I believe him, just going off of the trailer. It seems funner, the scale seems to be bigger. Baby Groot looks freaking awesome in the movie, and it's just going to be great to see the dynamic of the team again. Kurt Russell's going to be playing Ego the Living Planet, who's going to be Peter Quill's father. That all sounds weird and wacky, but it just sounds fun, and that's the best word I could use to describe Guardians of the Galaxy, and from what I've seen of this trailer, which is just fun. Seems like a movie I'm going to sit down and absolutely love. They're finally introducing Mantis, which is great. I can't wait for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. And my number 2 is Thor Ragnarok, aka Planet Hulk. I have honestly been waiting to see Planet Hulk for the longest time. But now we're finally getting it in a Thor film. Thor Ragnarok is described to be like a buddy road trip space movie with Thor and Hulk, and that sounds fantastic. It seems like it's going to be a very different Marvel film, very whimsical, very wacky and out there, fun. They seem to be playing up Chris Hemsworth's comedic ability, especially their little Civil War video they put out there for Thor Ragnarok with Team Thor with Daryl. That all sounds great. We got Surtur in the movie, Cate Blanchett's playing Hela. We have Doctor Strange having a small part in the movie. Just so many stuff in this movie that I'm going to love and appreciate. But before I get to my number 1, I got some honorable mentions. 2 of these films definitely deserve to be on this list because I'm so excited for them. One being Logan. This is supposed to be Hugh Jackman's last film as Wolverine, or so he says. I'm not sure, but it definitely seems like this movie's going to have a lot of heart, and it's definitely a character piece, and I can't wait to see it. The second one is Kong Skull Island. They're using Kong Skull Island as a way to set up a cinematic universe with Godzilla, and eventually they're going to throw down, which sounds awesome. But I've always loved King Kong, and this movie has a great cast with Brie Larson and Tom Hiddleston and Samuel Jackson. What isn't Samuel Jackson in? But from what I've seen, it looks like a really enjoyable movie, and I can't wait to see it. Alright, finally, my number 1 most anticipated movie of 2017 is Spider-Man Homecoming. Now, I could talk for hours why I'm excited for this movie, but to keep it short, Spider-Man is one of the biggest influences of my life. I have loved Spider-Man all my life. I loved all of his films, and now that he's finally in the MCU, it still blows my mind. I still don't believe it. But the trailer recently came out, and it was awesome. I can't wait to see it. Michael Keaton's playing the Vulture, and he looks threatening and just phenomenal. Tom Holland looks fantastic as Peter Parker. I have full faith in him. I have full faith in Marvel and Sony. I like the tone they're going for with the John Hughes style high school film. So hopefully this turns out to be a great film, and I think it will be. So that's my top 10 most anticipated movies of 2017, but I want to know what's yours. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and share. And as always, I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Ooh.